You should never tell anyone what you're up to. The power of quiet progress. Have you ever felt the need to tell someone about your big plans? Maybe you were excited, full of ambition, and you thought sharing your dreams would give you more motivation to achieve them. But what if I told you that there's wisdom in keeping certain things to yourself? As Christians, the Bible teaches us to move in humility, wisdom, and faith. And sometimes that means working in silence. In this video, we're going to dive deep into why you should never tell anyone what you're up to. We'll explore biblical principles, practical reasons, and inspiring stories that will help you understand the beauty and power of quiet progress. By the end of this discussion, you'll feel equipped and inspired to walk your path with confidence, trusting God every step of the way. Let's get started. Church Jump Part 1, The Biblical Perspective on Silence and Humility. 1.1, The Example of Nehemiah. One of the most profound biblical examples of quiet planning comes from Nehemiah. When Nehemiah felt called to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem, he didn't announce his plans to everyone. Instead, he surveyed the situation in secret, prayed to God for guidance, and moved forward only when the time was right. Nehemiah 2:12, NIV, says, I set out during the night with a few others. I had not told anyone what my God had put in my heart to do for Jerusalem. Nehemiah's discretion allowed him to avoid unnecessary opposition and distractions. By moving quietly, he ensured that his focus remained on God's plan, not on the opinions of others. Takeaway: like Nehemiah, we should seek God's guidance before sharing our dreams. Silence isn't about secrecy, it's about wisdom and focus. 1.2. Jesus' teachings on humility. Jesus himself demonstrated the importance of humility and quietness. In Matthew 6:3-4, he said, But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. This principle applies to more than just giving. It's a reminder that our actions should be for God's glory, not for human recognition. When we share our plans prematurely, we risk seeking validation from others, instead of relying on God's approval. Takeaway: keep your intentions between you and God. Let Him be the one to reward and guide you. Part 2, The Dangers of Sharing Too Much. 2.1, The Risk of Criticism. When you share your plans, you open yourself up to opinions, both good and bad. While constructive feedback can be valuable, unsolicited criticism can discourage and distract you. Think about Joseph in the Old Testament. When he shared his dreams with his brothers, their jealousy led to betrayal. Genesis 37:5-8, NIV, recounts, Joseph had a dream, and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him all the more. Joseph's story reminds us that not everyone will celebrate our vision. Sometimes it's better to keep our dreams close to our hearts until the right time. 2.2, Premature Validation. Have you ever felt a sense of accomplishment just by talking about your goals? This is called premature validation. Sharing your plans can trick your mind into feeling like you've already achieved something, which can reduce your motivation to actually do the work. Proverbs 14:23, NIV says, All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. The Bible reminds us that action speaks louder than words. Instead of talking about your plans, focus on making them a reality. 2.3, The Enemy's Interference. As Christians, we know that we have a spiritual enemy who seeks to disrupt God's plans for our lives. When we share our intentions openly, we may inadvertently give the enemy an opportunity to sow doubt, fear, or confusion. Ephesians 6:12 NIV reminds us, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." Keeping your plans private allows you to guard them against spiritual attacks. Thamsi. Part 3. The Benefits of Quiet Progress. 3.1. Greater Focus. When you keep your plans to yourself, you can devote your full attention to what truly matters. Without the distraction of external opinions, you can hear God's voice more clearly and stay aligned with His purpose for your life. Proverbs 4:25-27 NIV says, "Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Give careful thought to the paths for your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways. Do not turn to the right or the left. Keep your foot from evil." Quiet progress allows you to stay on course without unnecessary detours. 3.2. Building strength in faith. Keeping your plans private forces you to rely on God rather than seeking approval or encouragement from others. This strengthens your faith and deepens your relationship with Him. Trusting God in the unseen moments of your journey prepares you for greater blessings ahead. Isaiah 40:31 NIV promises, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." 3.3. A greater impact. When you achieve your goals quietly and let your actions speak, the impact is often greater. People will see the results of your hard work and God's hand in your life, rather than just hearing about your intentions. Matthew 5:16 NIV encourages us, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." By focusing on results rather than announcements, you glorify God through your success. Dardia. Part 4. Practical Steps for Quiet Progress. 4.1. Set clear goals. Write down your goals and pray over them. Ask God for guidance and wisdom as you take each step. 4.2. Surround yourself with trusted advisors. While it's important to be discreet, there's value in seeking counsel from trusted mentors or spiritual leaders who can offer godly wisdom. Proverbs 15:22 NIV says, "Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors they succeed." Choose your confidants carefully and seek their input prayerfully. 4.3. Take action. Daily, commit to small, consistent steps toward your goals. Trust that God will bless your efforts as you work diligently and faithfully. Colossians 3:23 NIV encourages us, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters." 4.4. Celebrate milestones. Quietly. As you achieve progress, take time to thank God for His faithfulness. Share your successes with those who have supported you, but avoid seeking attention or praise. 4. Closing thoughts. Remember, the journey to achieving your goals is as important as the destination. By keeping your plans private and focusing on God's guidance, you can avoid unnecessary distractions, build strength in faith, and make a lasting impact. Let your actions speak louder than your words, and trust that God's timing and purpose will prevail. What's one step you can take today toward quiet progress? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's encourage one another to walk in faith and humility. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs this message. God bless you.